Here's a really beautiful song from Janis from 1975. It's not a very difficult song, but the chord shapes will be unusual, not least of all because we're in a strange tuning here. It works like this. We've got the bottom two strings tuned down. The bottom string is in fact tuned to a C, so drop C, 2 tones lower than you'd expect, and then the fifth string is tuned a tone lower to G. Now I could tune without the capo on using the open strings, and I would have C, G, D, G, B, E, but actually as soon as I put the capo on I need to tweak that tuning anyway. So let me show you what I've got now. With the capo on the 5th fret, the bottom string comes out as an F. Just wait for my tuner to wake up. Yeah, F. 5th string is now a C. 4th string is a G, as you'd expect. 3rd string is a C. So in fact the 5th string and 3rd string are in octaves. 2nd string is an E. And the top string, for what it's worth, is an A, although in fact we're not going to play the top string in this song. But there it is. So F, C, G, C, E, and A. Now the intro features a repeating sequence of 4 shapes. They're all a variation on a straight G. It's the open 5th, 4th and 3rd strings. I'm going to use my thumb on the 5th string, 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd finger on the 3rd string. That's the straight G. But we get this, a finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string for G add 9, then that comes off for the G, then I'm going to put a finger, I'm using my 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string for G major 7, and then we come down to a finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string for G6. Okay. And in fact those shapes are pushed, that is to say, all apart from the first shape are brought forward by half a beat. We get 2 beats on each one, but they're brought forward. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, I'm making it sound a bit sterile and technical, but you should start to feel this. The other thing that happens is that the hand, the picking fingers, just come down lightly onto the strings on beats 2 and 4. So we get... Now that's the basic idea. There are a few other little details here, and if I show you exactly what she plays in the intro, you'll see what I mean. We get this. Okay, that happens twice. And you'll also see that there's we revert to the G on the at the end of the second bar, 4th beat of the second bar. So we have got a choice to make. Either we're going to do the percussion there, or we're going to play that chord. If we play the percussion, that chord doesn't get played and we get this. Okay, which is what I'm going to do, and that's more like the original, but you can, I think there are 2 guitars on the original, but you can kind of hear that other chord coming through. Never mind, this is it then. And I'm actually playing on a very half beat, the open 5th string, just to lead me in, just to create a little bit of anticipation. But that's the basis of the intro. And there's, as I say, there's a lot of this, so you want to get this under your fingers. The verse starts the same way, and I'll say this song is a bit high for me. Learn the truth at 17. Okay, then we have A minor with variations, and it's like this. My A minor is here. And I start with an A minor add 9, or A minor 9, down to A minor 7, and then my first finger is going to skip from the 2nd string to the 3rd string to create an A minor 7 with a 9, so sorry, A minor major 7 with a 9, so A major 9. back to A minor 7. So all together. That's it for the A minor 7. And then we've got a D7. D7 we don't change. We spend a whole 2 bars just playing that D7 like this. And back to our G. And that's it. That repeats with a little buffer of 2 bars of G in between, and that's the whole of the verse. So let me just play you the verse slowly. I learned the truth at 17, that love was meant for beauty queens and high school girls with clear-skinned smiles who married young and then retired. And again, the Valentine I never knew, the Friday night charades of youth were spent on one more beautiful. At 17 I learned the truth. And another 2 bars of the G. Okay, that's the whole of the verse. Now the chorus kicks off in B flat, and we're going to play a B flat chord for 2 bars simply by barring across the middle 4 strings at the 3rd fret. I'm going to shift an octave here. Those of us with ravished faces, followed by a bar each of A minor 7 and D7, which we've already had. So those of us with ravished faces, lacking in the social graces. And that's followed by alternating G minor 7 and C minor 7. The G minor 7, simple enough. I'm going to carry on barring across the 3rd fret, only the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings this time, and I'm going to play the open 5th string. Desperately, and then C minor 7, remained at home, and I'm going to play the open bottom string there. I'm using my 1st and 2nd fingers here just because I've got the capo, and maybe I would use the 2nd and 3rd, but it's just kind of a lot to pack in there. Anyway, desperately remain at home, inventing lovers on the phone. Okay, so that's the first 8 bars. Let's just have that much. Those of us with ravished faces, lacking in the social graces, desperately remain at home, inventing lovers on the phone. The second half, we go to E flat major 7, which is grander than it sounds. And Janis, if you're listening, I hope I've got this right. If I haven't, please let me know. I think you're playing this. Call to say. So I'm barring across the 3rd fret, right down to the 6th string, and I've got a finger on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. Call to say, come, D7 again, dance with me, a bar each of G minor 7, murmured vague, and C minor 7, obscenities, and then we finish with 2 bars of A minor 7. It isn't all it seems, to D7 at 17. It's such a good song. Alright, so here's the whole of the chorus. Those of us with ravished faces, lacking in the social graces, desperately remain at home, inventing lovers on the phone, who call to say, come dance with me, murmured vague obscenities. It isn't all it seems. It's 17. In the B flat, the first 2 bars, at least one version I've seen, and there's a more recent version of Janis playing this, I guess, at home, and she's playing it in fact with the capo on the 4th fret. Maybe that suits her voice better nowadays, but I can distinctly see and hear this. Apart from the bar, I'm adding a finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string. Those of us with ravished faces, but honestly, hearing the original and other live versions of this, of which there are many on YouTube, I can't hear that, but that's in there. Those of us with ravished faces, lacking in the social graces, to say, come dance with me, and murmured vague obscenities. It isn't all it seems at 17. So the form of the song is like this. We get the intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus. Then there's a flugelhorn solo or a flugelhorn duet on like half a verse, and then a full chorus. Then we sing the third verse. Finally, we get another chorus, and we go to the outro. And the outro is this. And the final chord is like a G major 7. There's also a 9 in there. There are multiple instruments playing on the original recording, so I've just kind of amalgamated the add 9 shape and the major 7 shape to create something like that. But it's based on the same chords as we've had in the intro and the verse. Okay, let's have a playthrough, and I'm going to limit this to the intro, one verse, chorus, and outro. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.